I want to say first that this is not a call-out video. I'm not calling anyone out, and for that reason, I will not name names. But this is about the history-bounding community at large. This is also based on my experiences within the subreddit, the Facebook group, and other social media, but definitely mostly the Facebook group. Other people may not have had the same experience as me, and that's totally fine. I'm speaking my experiences. And I want to say that it is unnerving, and it is disheartening, to say the least, being a Black person in this community. A little about me is that I am a sewist who mainly does 1930s to 1960s styles, and that alone puts me on the outside, and I'm totally okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is the inherent whiteness and the racism in this community. I've never considered myself a history bounder. I've been making vintage patterns and historical styles since I learned how to sew, and that's just who I am. I'm literally only in the Facebook group, which I've stopped following, because I wanted some inspo on some upcoming projects, which I have not gotten. Recently, I saw a post that was a poll, and the majority of people who are YouTubers, Instagram influencers, etc., were white. There are one, maybe two Asian people, and from what I could see, maybe 2 Black creators. It's very easy to be on the outside in a community like this. And I understand that's difficult, nearly impossible for a Black person to become an influencer, especially in a community like this one. But there's no one to represent me, and even if there were, they would be trampled over by all the white voices that are amplified in the echo chamber that is the social media. What's worse, though, is the racism that I and other BIPOC face in groups like these. So much of the historical costuming community is accessible only to white people, and I see it every day. I have to defend myself and my culture, and then white people don't listen anyway, and then the cycle starts all over again. I've been told that I was racist for believing that a BIPOC can't become an influencer. I've been told that cultural appropriation is no big deal, and it's exhausting. I've had to read about how white people feel guilty, and instead of educating themselves, they make a video to post online about how guilty they feel. Colonialism has been defended, and oddly, witchcraft, and making sure witches were comfortable, was a bigger hot topic than the treatment of BIPOC members. I don't feel supported in groups like these. I don't feel wanted in groups like these either. I'm having to explain why it is sus as hell to wear a suffragette's outfit to go vote in the year of our Lord 2020. I'm having to explain that white people can't talk about cultural appropriation or matters of racism. I'm having to explain that, yes, slavery was bad, and white privilege is real, and reverse racism does not exist, instead of being able to enjoy the things people make. It may not all be conscious, and I know that, but it does speak to a lack of willing to learn and research. By touting the same white creators over and over, it's also hard to get another point of view in. And when there is, it's immediately dismissed and talked over. I am so tired. So tired. And it's lonely always being on the outside, never really being accepted. I've gone through that my entire life, and it's no surprise that I'm faced with it here, again, in a community that I guess I like. All I'm asking you to do is think. As a white person, please think. Listen and research. Listen when BIPOC talk. Being a BIPOC means you have to work twice as hard to get half as far. Not many white people see that or notice that or really understand that. Now, I wish I knew, what I wanted to say here. I don't. I wish I didn't always have to create the content I wanted to see, but I do. I wish I felt more included, but I don't. Wishing doesn't get stuff done.